Hello my beautiful hammerhead and welcome back to another Black Library review. Today I've got for you Anvils of the Heldenhammer, the Ancients. As usual, I just finished it and I immediately have to talk about it. It is fantastic. It has been written by Dale Lucas, the author that also gave us Godsbane, another fantastic book, and the track record just keeps on going here. It's a fantastic book. It is so good. But what is the premise of the book? It is rather pretty simple. Let's begin with this. Okay, there is so much to talk about. You can already tell by my reaction that I kind of don't know where to start, because going chronologically with this book is kind of difficult, because we have to go back 4 years ago, 5 years ago, kinda-ish. Maybe you remember the Broken Realms saga. Maybe. If you're new to the hobby, the Broken Realms saga was the transitional phase of 2nd to 3rd edition. The Dark Elves, I wanted to say. That's wrong. Wrong system. The Daughters of Cain, under Morathi, well, they sacked the city of Anvilgard and snatched it right under Sigmar's nose, and it became theirs. It became Harcuron. And yeah, well, while they were doing this, the Anvils of the Heldenhammer Stormhost had basically a base there, the Black Nexus, but so that none of those Stormcasts can, well, send back to Azir, because when they get killed, lightning, flash, ba-boom, bing bang, bada boom, up into the sky, back to Azir, get reforged, and warn everybody, so hey, Morathi is doing crazy stuff. Well, they paralyzed them with poison, they captured the Stormcasts, and so on. They did a lot of weird things. Daughters of Cain stuff. And, of course, shadow magic. So, in the storyline, and I love that this is so specific here in this book, this has been 20 years ago. This is the aftermath of the battle in Harcuron. Stormcasts are still around there. Some of them are still prisoners. They have been, what's the word? Let's just say they're in stasis. They can't speak, they can't move, they can't do anything, but they still feel everything. And yeah, well, the local hag queen, she experiments on them. This is the nicest way to say it. And I really don't know how else to say it to keep this a family-friendly channel. But it is gruesome. Let's just say it this way. And the rest of the surviving Stormcasts, because many of them went into hiding, they really went into hiding. These are, let's use 40k terminology, these are firstborn Stormcasts. Those are not the new armored Thunderstrike armor Stormcast Eternals. There's still Sequitors around. We have Lord Veritans, and so on. Van Brecht is in here, which I really love. He's not in Harcuron. He's still in Lethis, the main city of the cities of Sigmar in the realm of death in Shaiish, but he gets to talk a little bit here and there, which is fantastic. It's awesome to see characters coming back into the story, but he's not the main actor. He's just flavor in the background. The main character is the Knight Arcanum here on the front. Ah yeah, and we also have protectors and so on. So yeah, really firstborn Stormcasts here. And this is Tivrain Greymantle. She has, since about the events in Harcuron / Anvilgard, visions of stormcasts haunting her. She kinda knows them, but she really doesn't, because they've met maybe once or twice, but one of the stormcasts is really prevalent in her mind. And she even knows him by name. They met a couple of times before, they fought side by side, but just again 2 or 3 times. And the connection between those two is hinted so much. At a point where I thought, okay, when is the reveal that they knew each other from before they became Stormcasts and so on? I was just waiting for that, and it is really satisfying for me personally how it is done. I don't want to spoil this because it's really, really well made. Dale Lucas again proves that wordsmithing is in his nature. I really love that. So, what else is in this book? Again, there is just so much. Maybe you can see it's already a little bit thicker than the other ones. Not like Godsbane, but still a little bit on the thicker side. So, the Daughters of Cain. Again, the Hag Queen is a little bit of... she's the real witch here. And the captured Stormcasts are her trophies. The city is her trophy, even though Morathi said, yeah, you are the Queen Regent here until I come back, and so on. Which obviously is not going to happen because it's Morathi. She has other plans for that. Which also come to fruition at the end of the book, which I also really, really love. It is so well made. And the other side of the Daughters of Cain is one of the Kinerai, the basically second in command, is totally against the Hag Queen. Because the Hag Queen really antagonizes the city, antagonizes everyone in there, of the humans, dwarves, elves, and every citizen of the city, except of course the Daughters of Cain, really hates them. They have basements with second doors and so on, with trapdoors, hiding behind bookshelves and so on. Again, they're hiding the Stormcasts all around. The Daughters of Cain basically vanquished the local militia. There is basically no one defending the city except for the Daughters of Cain, which is really bad when you think about that, because the Daughters of Cain are not an army that can... well, if there is a siege, they're screwed. They don't have anything against that. Not much, let's just say it this way. And yeah, of course, this is going to happen. It's written in the stars. Just to use that terminology again. Because Khorne Bloodbounds are on the way. And there's a massive army there. They also have demons with them. Of course, because it's a Khorne army. And there is just so much. Oh my god, I'm kinda venturing completely out of bounds here. I'm so sorry. Let's go back to Tivrain Greymantle. Because there is so many things here that are really worth talking about. The Khorne Bloodbounds, they are the gimmick here. If you are a Khorne fan, you will not get a lot out of them, because they're just a tool, and Dale Lucas uses them as a tool. There is no character development, because you basically just have, what was it, about 6 or 8 pages with the main Khorne characters? Which is not a lot, and that is totally fair, because everyone else in this book gets so much more screen time. And it is fantastic. This is the way. Because this is ultimately a book with Anvils of the Heldenhammer Stormcasts against the Daughters of Cain. That's it. That is the whole premise. And it's not even the entire Anvils of the Heldenhammers. It is just a small group of them. I believe it was 12 or 13 of them who are going against the wishes of Sigmar himself, because Sigmar knows that there are stormcasts there. Even the higher echelon of the Anvils of the Heldenhammer know. Van Brecht knows. And no one is doing anything to rescue those Stormcast Eternals from the grasps of the Hag Queen. Because they fear the retaliation of Morathi, they fear basically also the wrath of Sigmar to go against their own god. We have one of the characters here, I forgot his name. He doesn't appear a lot, but has a big role in the book. He's very pious. For him, whatever Sigmar says, that's the truth, even if it's a lie. It doesn't matter. Sigmar is God, and that is the most important thing. So when Tivrain Greymantle gathers her friends around her, they go against the wishes, they go against orders, and try to rescue those Stormcasts. Because again, she's being haunted by those Stormcasts. Somehow they project themselves into her dreams, into her waking days, basically. There are points in here where Dale Lucas explains the society of the Anvils of the Heldenhammer, because many of them are, yes, we want to remember who we were back then, who we were before we were reforged again and again and again. So they try to write everything down. And in one of the ceremonies, when Tivrain is the one who's writing everything down, whoever tells something to her, she sees all those Stormcasts in the background. They walk by her side and so on. And one of them, what was the name? Pyrith Red Flame or something like that. This is the one who has a very deep connection to her. Again, that is that which one is hinted to, that they had some kind of relationship even before they became Stormcasts. But it is so interestingly written. Damn, it is so good. And also a little bit selfish of her, because she wants to get rid of those hauntings. There are scenes at the beginning of the book when she just freezes mid-fight, and her friends have to help her not to get basically killed and get reforged again. So it's a little bit selfish, but also just the pure and sheer, I don't know what word I can use, but the passive and the passiveness, the neglect of the higher echelon to rescue the Anvils of the Heldenhammer. And it's, I don't know, it really struck a nerve with me, because I can relate to that, to see something and not being able to do it. But then again, she still does it. On her way with her friends, they of course have some, let's just say, adventures. One of them gets, well, no, I have to tell you that. It's a minor spoiler, but the really pious one, also has, of course, his followers. They go after Tivrain and her troop. They capture them and they try to kill them. So they are not able to rescue the other Anvils, because Sigmar said so. They are not to be freed, which is really, really scary if you think about it, that your own people are going after you because you try to do the best possible thing. And he wants to kill every single one of those traitors himself. That is their redemption and so on. And holy crap, it is so good. Even when they reach the city of Hakuron, they're still not free from him. And it is this whole concept of, you're not only going against the daughters, you're not going only against the Khorne Bloodbounds, you're also going against your own people in spirit and, well, also physically, because, again, the pious one is capturing them and killing them. And, oh, this is so good. Again, there is so much to talk about. But for whom is this book? Of course, if you're a Stormcast fan, go for it. It is fantastic. If you want to know more about the Anvils of the Heldenhammer, there is a lot of lore for them. If you want to know more about the Daughters of Cain, there is a lot in here. Khorne, again, is just a tool. There are some swamp bogglers in there, so the Cruel Boys, also just a tool. There is basically nothing for them. They have other great books for them if you want them. But also, for whom is this as well? Because it's not only for Stormcast fans and Daughters of Cain fans. It is also if you want to know what is happening in the current storyline. Again, this is 20 years after the sacking of Anvilgard. This is the aftermath. Things are still happening. I love this so much. It is fantastic. I want more of this. We get to see what happened there. What is happening with the population? What are the citizens doing? What is it to grow up in a city that you don't know what was before? You only get stories from your elders. Because we have a character in here. She's, what is she, 18 or 19? So she was born into this occupation of the Daughters of Cain. She knows nothing else. She only knows stories, which is also fantastic. Holy crap, there is so much that is so good in here. And again, I did not want to do this so late. I was edging at the end of the book so that I can just go into this recording immediately. But I had no time to do this recording. I would have finished this in 2 days otherwise, but it was not possible. And I hate that this is a thing right now. I don't say hate as the watered down version here. The books we're getting right now for the Age of Sigmar are just so good. I just wished that we get more of this, more of the current storyline, more that is happening right now. There is so much in this to love. But still, it's not a 10 out of 10 for me. I would give this 9 out of 10 surviving Stormcast Eternals before they become Reclusians. Because there are some things I wished there would have been a little bit more. And with that I mean the relationship between the Hag Queen and the Kinerai. You get to know that they really don't like each other. But I want to know a little bit more. There was something missing and I can't put my finger on it. Maybe in a day or two when I had a little bit time to to let the story set in me. Also, the relationship between Pyroth Redflame and Tivrain Greymantle. I wanted a little bit more of that, but I can see the argument there why the decision was made to leave it there. Which, again, I don't mind. This is just my personal feeling that I want more, which is a good thing. Now, wait, now that I think about it, that is a good thing. Because I want more. There are things open in the air. And I love this, because this will make me think about the story a lot more than some of the other novels. And I love this. Again, Godsbane is still one of my all-time favorite books. Wait, before I say something wrong. Yes, it's also Dale Lucas. I was right. And I don't know, Mr. Dale Lucas, this is fantastic. You have the badge of honor for one of the best Black Library Age of Sigmar authors. Please, more of this, please. I want the next one. I know this has been just released, but yeah, I really have to make a tier list for best authors someday. Maybe when I move and have a new apartment, but this can't go on like this. I mean, holy crap, it is fantastic. I know that I skipped so much here. I know that I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm sorry about that. I know this isn't the usual video that I do, but there is a lot on my mind right now. I just love this so much. The next book is going to be Dominion Genesis, or Genesis Dominion. I forgot what the name was. The Mechanicum one for 40k. But yeah, please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I'm keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the YouTube stuff, because hitting buttons is not only fun. Why? Because that way we can talk more about wargaming and lore more times a week, hopefully, again. And by that I of course mean like and subscribe, and if you want you can support me with the links in the description box as well. Otherwise, have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic, stay hydrated, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, bye, bye.